Hey, it's Grottu Orloff, December 18th, 2020. Sorting comics. I've gotten a lot done today. What I've done is I've moved all the Bronze Age boxes back into another room, Silver Age boxes here, and I've gotten a lot of sorting and filing in these boxes done. So, I'm going to show you a few things as I uncover them. This is a neat thing. Sheena Jungle Queen in 3D. Fiction House. It was a great line of comics. There's an issue of Sheena, number 14. Need to get a board for this. So, just had a rush of inspiration and wanted to get this done. And there's the tape. Yeah, I appreciate those of you that tune in and hold me accountable and keep me going with this task. It never seems to end of organizing all these comics. But, anyway, it's fun to have you guys along with me. Let's see what else we got. This is, wow. Looking into that bright light's not fun. This is showcase number 47, Tommy Tomorrow. Oh boy. Okay, so and this is interesting. This predates the TV show I Spy. I need to seal this. Oh boy. So, what else can I show you? Oh, this looks cool. Going through my showcase comics. This introduces the Maniacs. That also needs to be taped. I'm trying to get things done quick here. Alright. So this must be the introduction of the Inferior 5 in Showcase. I started this task of separating Silver Age and before from Bronze Age comics and up. Right about the time they sent over the bug from China, and then we were all trapped in our houses. So something I thought I could do. There's Silver Surfer 7. I don't want to seal it because I don't have a board in it yet, and I'm yet to. I have to buy more boards, so I'm going to leave this unsealed. That's one thing that held me up, is the local comic shops were closed early on, and I couldn't buy supplies. I mean, I guess I could have gotten it their mail order, but I should, while I'm in this box, I should show you my Strange Tales comics, and I'd been promising to show you Not Brand Echh, and that's in this box as well. So let's do Strange Tales, because I'm like right there. Okay. Strange Suspense. Okay, here's Strange Tales, number 132. Is that my earliest one? No, that's out of order. Okay, I guess 119 Must be my earliest copy of Strange Tales. 119. You know, these early appearances of Doctor Strange with the Ditko art, you know, those of you that like to speculate, I think they're very, unless things have changed since I bought these. You used to be able to get these rather inexpensively. I'm not sure why. Okay, what did I just show you? Okay, here's 124. I don't know if I just showed you that or not. 124. $125. Yeah, it looks like I'm missing 126. Man, this Mylar is really giving you a lot of reflection. Shit. Okay, that's the best I can do, I guess. Okay, this is 128. Early Scarlet Witch appearance. $129. Oh, and this is where this is a great cover with the Thing and the Human Torch with beetle wigs on. It looks like I have another copy. This one has some kids writing on the cover. Just such a great, iconic cover showing that time period. I know, like Jimmy Olsen comics had Beetle references all the time on covers, but Marvel didn't do that much. Here's 131.
Where we'll both present that 1966 color console TV set.
So enter now, and enter as often as you wish. Send your guess on postcard.
Okay, so now here's 132. It was out of order.
That address is box 38, 130, Hollywood.
Watch for Batman and me on
131, 132.
nights at 7:30.
Oh, I have two 132s. This is why one of the reasons I make these videos, so I don't buy more than one copy of a comic. But then maybe in the future, it might be good to have more than one copy. But okay, so I just showed you 132. So I don't have 133, but I have 134 with this cool Watcher cover.
Next to our true identities, it's the best kept secret in Gotham City.
He's not normally shown that fat. Okay. Nope. I pulled out 130 again. Let's pull out a bunch at a time. Okay, so with 134, 135, the Human Torch is no longer co-featured. Now it's Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. So this is not the first appearance of Nick Fury. He's first appeared, of course, in Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos. But this is his first appearance as a guy in his 40s who is now a James Bond, Man from U.N.C.L.E. secret agent type guy. So that is the guy that Samuel L. Jackson portrays in the films. Here's 136.
digits in the
I really haven't looked to see what the current going rate for these is on the market. Maybe you can tell me down below. I bought most of these in the 1980s from, I think mostly from Lone Star Comics, which is now mycomicshop.com. But I would buy them in person because that was my local comic shop. Now they've closed and they're strictly mail order. But their warehouse is just a few minute drive from where I'm at. Here in Grottuville. Here's a tremendous cover, 138. 138. It needs to be sealed.
Watch for Batman and Me on Channel 7 Wednesday and Thursday nights at
Still monitoring the news to see what's happening. It's interesting to live in such historic times. Here's what's kind of interesting. You got a cover with Doctor Strange watching Nick Fury on a shield on a screen. And this is 139.
Yes, Robin, but some of the guesses have been very close. Perhaps with today's clue, KHK listeners will unravel this mystery once
Yeah,
again.
there's a Doctor Strange movie being made. I think going into production next month or soon. 140.
Right. And remember that great color TV is waiting for the KHK listener to the first right answer received by
Okay.
Radio.
Send your guess on postcard only, please.
And
Batman, box 38, 130 Hollywood.
That address is box 38, 130.
the next cover,
And remember, KHJ
142, shows you, if the television show, that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. television show, had attempted to look like this, I think people would have loved it. Okay. They did try in the TV show to get the flying car, at least in the first episode. I don't know if they kept it up. This is 144. Yeah, in the 80s I was buying up lots of Strange Tales and Fantastic Fours and Thors, and I could afford them as a person in high school. They weren't that expensive then. But like I said, I don't know where things are now. But it seems like a lot of people don't want anything unless it's bagged and, sealed, slabbed, whatever you call it.
Keep it on
I don't know.
Radio for more clues in the Batphone secret number contest.
Got a thumbs down on my last video. It kind of hurts your feelings, but I don't know. It's probably me talking about politics too much. I don't know. When I see a video I don't like, I just kind of go on to the next one and roll my eyes. I don't punish them with a thumbs down. Oh well, I guess I deserved it. I'm a horrible man. Let's see. Okay, 148. That looks like a Bill Everett cover.
Wow. So now is the time to get your guess in the mail, boss Bat fans. Send your postcard to Batman box.
Oh, yay.
Send as many guesses as you wish, but on postcards only.
Watch for Robin the Boy Wonder and Me on Channel 7 Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7:00.
Okay.
Turn to KHK for more clues in the Batphone secret number contest.
Okay, looks like the rest. I've got 2 more issues, and the rest of the run must be in another box. Here's 149.
None of KHJ's listeners have guessed the unlisted Batphone secret number, Batman. Holy area code. I thought they'd have it by now.
Robin, it wouldn't be a mystery if the answer was obvious.
Gee, I hope today's clue will do the trick.
All right, Robin. Here's clue number 9. The number 8 is not
150.
It's a Batphone secret number.
Let's go, all you boss Bat fans. Get your answer in the mail now. Send your guess on postcard only, please, to Batman, Box 38.
Well.
The first right answer received by KHJ wins.
And the winner will meet Batman and me at 20th Century Fox.
Okay, now let me get these back in the box and show you what else I can dig out.
Somewhere in the outskirts of Gotham City. Robin and I will present you with a 25-inch color TV set. The Boss Prize from KHJ.
So don't give up. Keep on guessing and review your clues.
Watch for Robin and me on Channel 7 Wednesday and Thursday nights at 7:30. And keep tuned to Boss Radio for more clues on the Batman Secret Number Contest. Number 1, bet. And number 1 now.
Let's see. Okay. I was promising to show
Is this the final
Not
clue of
Brand
Batman's
Echh.
secret number contest you've just
Now,
received on
in
Batman's
3rd,
computer, Batman?
maybe 4th grade, a kid brought a comic to school. It was called Crazy. And
Is exciting.
Here's clue number 10.
Crazy, I think, put out 3 issues around 72 or 73. It was a Marvel comic, and it reprinted Not Brand Echh,
I'll be a winner now.
Remember,
which was a comic that was from the mid-60s.
Box 38130. That address is box
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was a comic making fun of superhero comics, and it had Maurice Severin art and just beautiful. And I think I traded for this beat-up copy of Crazy, but then I went on. For years I was searching out this original comic called Not Brand Echh. In the 60s, they would have commercials. I mean, I don't remember the 60s, but I've seen these commercials. It's like, okay, you've got this laundry detergent. See how it cleans the dish. And here's brand X. Let's see how it cleans the dishes. And brand X, well, you know, because they didn't want to mention the name of the other product, because then you're giving them free advertising. So we'll just call them brand X. They're the X, the unknown. And so our product versus brand X. So Marvel, in their soapbox, you know, Stan Lee started calling DC the enemy of Marvel, started calling it brand Echh, which is a sound effect popularized by Harvey Kurtzman and Mad, and it's just basically the sound of someone vomiting, you know. So when they decided to do a parody comic and make it like the EC Mad comic from about 12, 15 years before, they decided to call it Not Brand Echh. Okay, we are not Brand Echh. We're not in other words, what Not Brand Echh means, we're not DC. Yeah. And in this, Marvel was called Marble. It was the Marble Age of comics, and you know, the Mighty Thor was the Mighty Sore, and the Incredible Hulk was like the Inedible Bulk, and Doctor Strange was Dr. Deranged, and then they would parody other heroes from other, you know, they did a parody of Superman, and they did a parody of Magnus Robot Fighter, and in the later issues you even see the old witch and the crypt keeper and the vault keeper, crypt keeper, the vault keeper, vault. Yeah, for, you know, the host from EC Comics even make a little appearance, and Archie, and it lasted a little while. It started to have big, thick issues towards the end, and it kind of lost its inspiration, and then it just kind of went away. I'll show you the comics that I've got here. Let me pull them out. Because there's a viewer, Felix Maldonado, if you're watching this, I know you're trying to build a run of Not Brand Echh, and I saw one of them in a $2 bin at Duncanville Books the other day. So, I mean, the first issue, they had the first issue at Duncanville Books, and they had a pretty heavy pretty high price on it. I think in like super great condition, not brand Echh #1 is pretty high up there. I mean, not big. I mean, like maybe close to $100. Maybe, I don't know. It didn't used to be. But you know, it's got Jack Kirby doing a parody of his own artwork with the Fantastic Four parody, and it's just great stuff. Okay, so it looks like I have more than one copy of that first issue. Looks like maybe 3 copies. Because when I would see one cheap, this is just something that I couldn't leave it behind because it's something I love so much. All right, so I have 3 of those. Ouch, my back! Ow, 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 ow! Oh shit! I better stop this. I've been moving a lot of comic boxes. All of a sudden, I just had a back spasm. Shit. That was painful. My wife's having problems with her back. I don't want to throw my back out too, and we'll be completely useless when the apocalypse happens. Probably imminently. Oh, man. It's leaning over and shit, you know. Not brand Echh #2. This one has a Batman parody with the Marie Severin art. It has a brilliant Spider-Man parody. Spider-Man is fighting Batman. You know, it has. If you look over there, it's got the Wally Wood characters from. My mind's not working now, but you know, the Wally Wood heroes from the 60s, and it's got Iron Man in it too. Thunder Agents, they call them the Blunder Agents. My mind was drawing a blank. So it looks like I may have 3 copies of #2 as well. There was a Marvel Masterworks where they reprinted all of these, and it's in hardcover and softcover. And I don't know if it's still in print, but you could probably get it from Amazon if you don't want to seek these comics out. This is #3 with Thor, you know, Thor, Hulk, and Captain America, and these are the origin stories. So this comic has parodies of the origins of these characters. And it looks like, you know, most comics I don't buy all these duplicates, but this particular comic, it looks like I did. Because, what? I might have 4 copies of this. This is a comic I love so much. I don't know. I'm just showing you all my copies. Like a nut. Okay, and then 4 has a parody of the X-Men and Daredevil. Looks like that. And I think this is the one that was in the $2. They have this particular issue in the $2 bin at Duncanville Books. If you live anywhere near North Texas. It wasn't in perfect shape. I mean, obviously it wouldn't be in the $2 bin if it's like in mint condition. #5. And this one introduces Forbish Man. Yeah. And I think about a year or 2 ago they brought back Not Brand Echh for like 1 issue, and it was really shitty. And also in the 90s, I think they brought back Not Brand Echh in a way and called it What the. And I got a few issues of it. For the most part, it wasn't the same. It wasn't this particular. I mean, this is actually a Silver Age comic that is parodying Silver Age comics. So, and it has great art. Oh, this is a great issue. Look at this Marie Severin art. It's a romance issue. So you got Human Torch, or it's called the Human Scorch, and getting married there. So you've got Dr. Deranged, you've got the parody of the Inhumans, I forget what they call them, I think they're the Unhumans or something, and Spider-Man is Spidey Man, as I recall. Wow, do I only have one copy of that issue? I need to rectify that. Oh, this is the first issue I ever saw, because this issue was what was reprinted in that Crazy comic that I saw, and it was, I'm not talking about Crazy the magazine. Marvel put out a comic book called Crazy that for 3 issues that reprinted these comics, some of the stories from these comics, and then about a year later they introduced a black and white magazine, Crazy, that was to imitate Mad. But in the first few issues it actually had a little bit of a National Lampoon feel too. It was a little more sophisticated, like somewhere between National Lampoon and Mad, and then it went right down, and before long it was kind of like on the level of Sick, which was the bargain basement of the Mad ripoffs. At least in the 70s it was. It wasn't when Joe Simon was running it in the 60s. Okay, so I've got a lot of copies of this issue because I can't leave this behind, because it's anytime I see it, I gotta get a copy of this. So in this case, I'm like Silver Age Dave. He likes to collect duplicates, so I could fill a whole little section on a spinner rack with Not Brand Echh number 7. One of my favorite comics of all time. It's got a parody of the origin of Superman, and then the proliferation of all the other super characters in the Superman family, and how insane things got, and it just, and then Marvel characters come along and make him kind of useless. Well, this one has a Nick Fury Avengers and X-Men parody in it. This might have actually been the one I saw in the $2 bin. It was either this one or the other one. Yeah. Yeah, looks like I got another copy of it. And okay, then they go to a large size, and on Brad and Echh number 9. And in this, they start doing movie parodies, and they start being more like Mad. They do a parody of Bonnie and Clyde, and it's not just superheroes anymore. They're trying to branch out. Another copy. And they have, in this, they do parodies of actual stories that appeared, like when the Hulk fought the Submariner. They do a parody of that, and one of Captain Marvel versus the Sentry, and then they do Bonnie and Clyde. So that's Not Brand Echh. And then that's number 9. Oh, I've got another 9. Damn. I got another 9. Because this comic is just like something I love. And this is one of the greatest covers of all time. It's the worst of Not Brand Echh. And this reprints some of the earlier stuff. But this cover is just unparalleled. Is this the one? No, there's a really good cover on one of the Crazies where I think, I don't remember, I think Captain America has a grenade in his mouth or something. But I just look at the violence on this cover. This is something that should be on a comic book wall, but I don't have a comic book wall because I have all this other shit on the wall. But my someday imagined dream comic book wall, issue 11, had King Kong on the cover. And then 12 had Frankenstein, because in the 60s, whenever a comic was having trouble selling, putting Frankenstein on the cover usually fixed things. Thus you see a Frankenstein type character helping sell the Adventures of Bob Hope at DC, and he'd be on the cover of Jerry Lewis, any comic that needed, because Frankenstein was huge, at least in the early 60s. I mean, tons of Frankenstein model kits and toys and of all kinds. Just monsters were cool from like 1957 all through the 60s and into the 70s. And in 57, the reason the monster craze started is the Universal monsters were syndicated to be shown on television for the first time, and they were seen by all these kids, and then Famous Monsters of Filmland came along, and yeah, I'm surprised I only have one copy, unless there's another one in another box of that Love issue, and that's a great issue. And the Spider-Man story, Reason Love, is reprinted in a Treasury edition. One of those. It has a yellow cover. I don't know, but I just love Marie Severin's art. And okay, so that's the promised unveiling of Not Brand Echh. I remember being a little kid and calling up a comic book store in Fort Worth saying, "You have Not Brand Echh?" And the guy kind of chuckled and said, "Yes, we do." Yeah, chuckled because it's like he's thinking, "Who wants that comic?" It's obviously I do. Oh, I didn't put my Not Brand Echh number 1s back in. You ever hear this song? It's a Hot Stuff record. You ever see this? Bat Lash? It was a Western from DC. Oof. Okay. Okay. What else can we look at? I'm going to do a show later this evening, like a Friday night comic show, and possibly, I think I am. I'd like to. Oh, okay. Whew. Okay. So I label the boxes, and I'm going to label the tops of the boxes too. Make it a little easier on me. The smell of this marker is gonna zap me. Kill some brain cells. Okay. So, I got some comics to file, so. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing good. Let me bring it along with me. This is the nightmare that I'm facing here. So I gotta get this Action comic. It's in terrible shape. File 306. So 316. Oh, there's 307. Perfect. kind of. Okay. Okay, so, we've got some Archies in the file. So, adventure. Okay. Oh, shit. We're still recording. Oh, there's Archie. Okay. Archie 196. Archie 153. 191. 199. So 196 will go there. Now this book doesn't have a board in it because this one I just heard a scream. Okay. Okay, here's Archie 164. Okay, so Archie Annual. Okay, everything else is going to have to go in the next box. So, this is Silver Age Box 1. Okay, now, it's like a Rubik's Cube. I got to move these boxes around to let me access that. Well, this box has got the T's through. Might as well file T's while I'm here. Damn. Rip Hunter. No, there's no T's here. Well, this is actually a T. It's not filed under C because the name of the show was THE Cat. So the THE was actually important to the title. So no, it wouldn't be in this box. No. Okay. Enough of that. Damn. Okay. That'll take a little bit more work. Okay. Okay. All right. This box is getting a little tight. Pull some comics out. This is hard work. Tell you what, let me visit with you guys later on. Be seeing you.